Hi, welcome to the Land of Foz. I'm Miss Fosbrink. I teach Family and Consumer Sciences here at the high school, and I nominated Lakin Burnsworth for Student of the Month. Last year, Lakin was in my child development class, and she was a very good student, and if she missed a day, she always made up her work as soon as possible, had good grades, was of exemplary character in the classroom, and I enjoyed having her as a student. So this year she is in my foods class, and we know that we like our seniors to be models for our underclassmen, and the foods classes are a mixture of 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. And so we've got a few 9th graders in her classroom who wanted to talk when I was trying to teach. And in addition to being a model, she actually spoke up and she said to these young men, "You need to learn how to act in a classroom." And she proceeded to tell them everything that they were doing wrong, and they looked at me and I said, "Well, she's not wrong." So I think that took a lot of courage on the part of any student to actually tell classmates, even if they were underclassmen, that they were not behaving appropriately in class, but just to tell them what they needed to do to change their behavior. So I thought that was fabulous. Now, in addition, we all see her on the morning news, and we've seen her in musicals, so I just thought she is a great role model for younger students, and I thought she would be great to nominate for Student of the Month, and so I did. Thank you.
I nominated Avery Christopher for Student of the Month. She is just fantastic. Why wouldn't you want Avery on your team? She's on our Bible Club leadership team. She is the vice president there, and she serves as the tech advisor for prom committee. She's one of those people who's always working behind the scenes, getting everything done. Avery doesn't need a lot of atta-girls or accolades, so I really hope she enjoys her day of receiving Student of the Month and her breakfast and just the accolades she's gonna get from that. But she just works so well. She's somebody you can count on. She's trustworthy. She's somebody who never gets into drama, I feel like. And she's just really somebody you can count on and trust. So I have nothing but fantastic things to say about Avery Christopher.
So I chose Allison for Student of the Month for October because not only was she doing sports, so she was doing the student athlete side of it, she was also very helpful in the iMedia Center. She helped other students with their homework or whatever classwork they needed. She also helped out in other aspects of the iMedia Center. And she also was a big role in our Team Falcons sports ministry project that we did. We held a fundraiser for the Hurricane Helene relief. So what she did was she organized pretty much the whole event. We were able to get food donations and monetary donations. We raised over $1,100. She volunteered probably 6 hours of her time that night during the football game to help run the event, and she also created the flyers, set up the buckets for the monetary donations. So throughout the month of October, she was just a huge help, not only to me, but to the school and the community as well.
I nominated Shane Bunting for Student of the Month because, well, he's our Bible Club president this year. Last year, he was our Bible Club vice president, and he's just done a phenomenal job. And I nominated him at the beginning of the year. At this point in the year, when I'm doing this interview, he's done a tremendous job. I would have nominated him over and over again if I could have. He has done so much for the Bible Club. There's been so many activities. He has gotten the Bible Club involved with a lot of different things. Shane has a lot of spirit, a lot of ideas, and he really brings that passion to the Bible Club and gets people involved. And he has a great team to work with him, but he really is the one behind a lot of the ideas that the Bible Club has done. They're doing an event this year called Raise and Praise. They did an Easter service at Yacht Park. He's done a tremendous job with the Bible Club this year and leading that.
I nominated Clyde Hess for Student of the Month because Clyde demonstrates such generosity and kindness that is just very genuine. He always is here to lend a helping hand, and I never have to ask him for help. He just sees when help is needed and he jumps in. Obviously, in a production studio like this, there's a lot of equipment. There's a lot of hands on the equipment, and he checks the equipment regularly to see if anything needs tuned up, if any bolts need tightened. He helps students out if they're struggling as they learn equipment and use it. And then also, he volunteers his own time after school to do live streams. He volunteers using his own vehicle to transport them equipment to away games. And he's just a very helpful and sincere young man.
I nominated Ayana Thompson for Student of the Month, and I've known Ayana since her freshman year. She was in my freshman English class, and she joined the prom committee her freshman year. And I remember her getting so involved that year, and she was so involved with the decorating, and she had a lot of ideas. Ayana's one who can take, you know, nothing and make it into something with some of the decorations. She's been really good with repurposing things. She's really good to follow a budget. Ayana is full of passion. She's a hard worker, and she's always wanting to be involved and active with the committees on the prom committee. She has served as an officer this year. She's been our secretary for the prom committee, and she's done a tremendous job with that. And like I said, she brings a lot of passion, and she gets a lot of her friends involved, and I think the prom committee has done really well with Ayana's leadership.
I nominated Jaylee Mackey for Student of the Month because she is a dedicated student inside and outside the classroom. She knows when to ask for help, but she also knows how to work through a problem and struggle to find the answer. She comes on her own during Falcon time to help other kids do better on their test, and she's also a personable student. She's easy to talk to. I enjoy having conversation with her. She never shies away from talking to her peers or teachers. She's busy outside the classroom with dance and teaching little kids and running track and wrestling and everything else. Overall, she's a great, well-rounded student.
I nominated Taylor Marker as Student of the Month, mostly because she is an incredibly hard worker. She's always very attentive in class. I have witnessed her many times inspiring and motivating those around her to work as well. And she has been kind to everybody that I've ever seen.
The reason that I nominated Bryce McGill for Student of the Month is that you can always count on Bryce to greet you with a smiling face and a positive attitude each day in class. And then even when we were not in class in person on our flexible instruction days, Bryce would always be on our Google Meets, just asking me how my day was and making small talk, and it was just really pleasant. And then Bryce is also in our Game Changer Sports Ministries Club that is led by Mr. Metzger, and I kind of help out. And we held a fundraiser after the hurricane that came in the fall. And during the football game, we did a food drive along with other donations such as like cleaning supplies and things like that. And he was a really big help and kind of spearheaded that with us a little bit, and definitely a leader.
So I nominated Glenn Strickler as Student of the Month because ever since his freshman year, he's always been very mature, respectful, and kind student who always has a smile when I see him, and I just appreciate who he is. I've heard very good things from his teachers, and I thought that he just deserved some recognition for the student he is for our building.
Good morning, I'm Mrs. McCombie, and I nominated Madison Gratchick. I nominated Madison Gratchick because she's an exceptional student, young lady, polite, respectful, has a wonderful great work ethic, and I think she'll do amazing things in the future.
I met Natalie last year as a junior, and she joined the prom committee with one of her friends, and she was phenomenal. She worked so hard her first year. She helped make a lot of the centerpieces, and that kind of sent her into this spiral of just being such a phenomenal prom committee member. And this year, she's hopped on as a treasurer of prom committee, which is fantastic because she's accurate, she's reliable, I can always count on her. And if you've ever met Natalie, she is hilarious. She speaks her mind, and she does it in the most funny way, and she makes me laugh all the time. So, not only is she, all good things that a student should be, but she's funny, and she just has a lot of great characteristics.
So I've known Lauren since she was a sophomore in my English class. She's always been an excellent academic student. On top of all of that, she is extremely involved in our school, from marching band to participating in the school musical, and she's even been my student editor this year for the school newspaper. Lauren always steps up anytime that I need her to, and I just think she's a stellar and amazing, well-rounded student.
Hi, I chose Hannah Tinke for Student of the Month as a student in phys ed class and also being a sponsor for Student Council. Hannah has been a great asset to Connersville High School. She's been extremely helpful, whether it be a leader in the classroom or whether it be a leader in Student Council. If we need someone to draw something up, make a plan, do whatever is needed to help, she's there. Don't even need to ask, she's on it. So we've made a message out in our group, and Hannah's already there starting the information and getting it going. It's been so wonderful being part of Student Council this year, knowing that I had officers like Hannah that were there to help everything that we needed accomplished and done. So I'm very thankful and fortunate for Hannah, and I wish her the best of luck.
I nominated Hannah Tinke because ever since Hannah's freshman year, she has been a very kind, responsible, and punctual student who's very detail-oriented and just, always focused on her academic environment. She's very aware of her surroundings. She is always, seeing if anybody needs help. She's kind to people. She's very sincere. Not only is she helpful with Falcon Productions, where I got to know her, but she's helpful all across the school through Student Council, the Bible Club, NHS. She participates in the Falcon team, what's that called? Okay, she participates in the Falcon Team Sports Ministries. She's very involved, not for herself, but for others, and making her school environment a better place. She juggles her academics and her work life and her sports and extracurriculars, and she is just an outstanding example for other students in the school. Hannah's going to be a teacher one day, and it really shows that she has the caring and compassionate personality that will not just affect people that she's growing up with now, but future generations.
What can't Tiffany do? I mean, she is always there in the background doing everything. So she's not an officer of Bible Club, she's not an officer on prom committee, but I can count on her every bit as much as I can count on all the officers. She's reliable, she's trustworthy, she's, like I said, she's always there. And the other thing is she comes out and she supports all of our events. Bible Club, she's always there, she's very supportive, she promotes things, and she's just a great team player.
I nominated Sophia for Student of the Month because she just always comes in every day with such a big smile on her face, comes in with such a positive attitude that it really is just a bright light in the classroom. And academically, she does very well. She's very respectful of me and her fellow classmates, and she's always willing to volunteer in class, raising her hand, answering any questions I have, or helping her fellow students. That's pretty much it. She's a very well-rounded student.
I nominated Balin Small for Student of the Month. I have known Balin since he's been in 9th grade, And if you would see the student Balin was in 9th grade and the student Balin was now his junior year, it's like he's a totally different person, and I mean that for the good. He has, Balin's always been great. He was great in 9th grade, but Balin has really discovered who he is in terms of like being a leader and kind of stepping up into different roles with the Bible Club. He's just, he doesn't serve as an officer this year, but he is functioning with the officers, and so you would have no idea that he's not an officer, but he has, you know, stepped up with the leadership team. He helps them in any way that he can. He's come out to all of the activities, and he's led a lot of stuff with the Bible Club. I've really seen him grow a lot as a person, and just grow, like I said, into who he is as a leader. And he's just a phenomenal person. I really see a caring side of Balin, and I'm proud of who he is.
I have had Caleb for 2 years. He has been a fantastic physics student, and I think what really stands out to me is his maturity and his ability to keep a cool head in a situation. We had one last week that really highlighted that.
Yeah, so the students were in the media center for a lesson, and we had a student in class that had a health emergency, and it was really kind of scary and uncertain for all of us, and Caleb just jumped in immediately with this level of confidence and maturity, and he comforted the student and asked all the proper questions and made sure that the whole area was safe, while we were getting hold of the necessary people that we needed to notify for this. And he just did a remarkable job, and I'm just truly thankful that he was there in that situation.
And immediately we said, well, we have to nominate him for Student of the Month.
Absolutely.
This is what we are looking for.
Yeah, it was really an amazing thing to see, and I look forward to great things from him because he was just remarkable in that situation. And I've known him as a student here in this school, and he's always just exemplified such great characteristics that we want to see in our students here at Connellsville.
And going out then into the community as you graduate.
Absolutely.